Starting off turn 86. Let's go ahead and continue up here in the north. Looks like we're getting attacked. He's in forced march, so that should be an easy auto-resolve. We're not going to be able to reach this in one turn anyway, so this actually does not slow us down. We will take a little attrition when we go this way, but it should be fine. Let me put some items on these guys real quick so we don't take too much damage, and then we'll get in there. We should be able to hit the ambush here, because he's in forced march. Yep, there we go. Decisive auto-resolve, but I think we fight this one manually just to be safe. Just going to run at him. Try and get them to group up here. We've got a lot of ranged behind it. There we go. And we need to make sure we're not taking any damage on our back row. Front line will heal. So we just get them to group up right here. I would love to have a Plague Lord right about now, but that's alright. So yeah, probably not much to look at here. I think you get the idea. No losses, no damage sustained. And then we can force march back to the other settlement to make sure that we can hit it next turn. There we go, yep. Force march so he gets wiped out completely. And we could avoid taking any damage if we go into encamp stance. It might be worth it, actually. We could definitely reach that. Yeah, it says we're barely shy in encamp stance, but without it, you pick up an extra 50, so that should be fine. And then the other army that's up here, we can just take Palace of Princes, Fortress of the Damned after that. So this should be an auto-resolve. Yep. Wow. Literally no damage. So Palace of the Princess is ours at tier 1. So there we go. Northern War is progressing. Yeah, it looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, once we finish these, we can ship them off up this way to help. 14 turns. Can we get this done in 14 in time to help? I think so. Right, anyways, let's keep the Northern War going. So this is our crap stack. And we have just enough to get there. Decisive auto-resolve. We don't lose anybody. So yeah, that's definitely worth it. Is province secured as well. And one thing we could do is we could start to transition some of these. Well, we already do have the Night Runners. We could transition these Skaven slaves into like slingers and stuff for 3. So you might as well. Yeah, I feel like these guys are probably about the same firepower as these in melee, or maybe even better. So weapon strength is 17. Weapon strength is 31. They actually do better. There's less units, but obviously they have way better stats, better leadership, and all the other stuff. So yeah, I'd rather have them if we can, just do it slowly. So that's that war. Queek is... Oh, nice. We can actually get this in one turn. Perfect. Look at that. 0, like literally 0 damage. So we'll take this at tier 1. Seasoned Campaigner on Queek. That's perfect. That's an extra 10%. So normally we wouldn't be able to reach some of these. We're going to be able to reach them now. And I think instead of going on the land, it's probably way faster just to do it on the water. Because you can see here, if we go by land, force march can take several turns. If we do it by water, we'll be there next turn. So I think that's the best way. Hopefully we can attack same turn that we land as well. So there's one. Let's see, what else do we have here? They do have a stack that's coming up, but Queek should be able to stop that. And I haven't seen anything on this side. Let's keep an eye on Varg Camp, since this army will be there next, and that they're probably the more vulnerable one. And then we'll keep one person here to keep an eye on that. No, block army doesn't make sense. We'll just stay here. Keep an eye on these 2 settlements. So that looks good. Southern's taken, middle and top are all taken. Now we need to worry about this island over here. Looks like we can get there this turn and attack next turn, so that's good. We'll probably start down here. So Isle of Wights we'll take, and then Conquest, and then Citadel of Leads. We'll take these 3. And then, yeah, once that's done, we can ship him over this way, and we can open up another front in this area, I think. We need to get some scouts over there, though. So we have one scout right here. Let's just keep an eye on Citadel of Lead. I don't think they have anything on this island, so we should be able to just take it. So we can go back and forth between here. And then this guy, we need to get some scouting done over here to see where we would even land. This is going to be a tough war because these guys are huge. 31 settlements. Yeah, that's not going to be an easy one. They're ranked number 2, so these are the next strongest besides us. All right, up next we got the Far West. So not a lot of action this turn. We have to... Well, you know what? What if we go in the water? Would we be able to attack this same turn? Can we even land? We may not even be able to land. We'll probably have to tunnel to be able to do that. Right, let's just scout it out real quick. Okay, so there is a full stack there, actually. It's got some big units in it too. Those are tier 4. So we gotta watch out for that. The garrison here is very weak, so there's not much coming that by way of that. I think we could sail up here, land on the beach, and then attack this. I would like to attack this settlement if we could, but we may not be able to. The other option is we tunnel over here and just block his escape so that he can't go anywhere. Let's go for it. I think it's best if we attack, because even if we don't wipe out the whole army, if we can get a good ambush off, we could severely diminish it without taking a ton of losses. And we got an item, and then we got... Everybody gets frenzy. Interesting. I think that only affects our melee damage, which is not going to be the most helpful, but that's fine. Okay, so we need to land somewhere in here. My camera here, see if we can get in nice and close. Yeah, see, it pushes us back this way. We can't really attack that, but we should still be able to attack this army, I'm pretty sure. Break my camera out because that drives me absolutely nuts. Okay, there we go. So, ambush. Okay, we got the ambush. It's a close victory. We could auto-resolve, and that would wipe them out completely. We wouldn't have to worry about chasing these guys. She's a level 50. Man, that's tough. They also have a bunch of tier 4. Not something I particularly want to fight, but we would definitely get better results if we fought it manually. In terms of casualties sustained, we may not... Yeah, we may take a lot of damage still, but probably not as much. I don't want to be chasing this guy around, to be honest. So I'm going to take a chance here and auto-resolve. I just don't... Okay, that's actually very reasonable. This guy's a little low, the chieftain, which is kind of surprising. Usually they do pretty well, and the assassin's the one that gets blasted, but looks like this, in this case, not... It's the opposite. But anyways, we wiped him out completely, so we don't have to worry about chasing him. Got a bunch of items, and nobody's going to attrition out next turn. We can attack this, and then we'll be fine. He is going to recruit some units here, unfortunately, so we will have to fight a little bit bigger of an army than just this plus the garrison, but we'll deal with that next turn. All right, so that is that. Let's start working on these other two. So we want to tunnel up north. We'll probably leave these three. This army should be able to take these three, no problem. Or, yeah, they should be able to take those three, no problem. And then what we'll do is I'll tunnel up to here, but let's make sure we scout it first. Yeah, nothing. So it goes up to this point and then it stops. It's the big faction that we have to deal with. So I think we tunnel up here, and then we'll take that next turn. We'll start working our way up. I think we have to start this war. I don't think we have a choice. We can't afford to slow down because we're already going to be cutting it super close. How about here? I don't think we have movement speed. Oh, we do. Yeah, we can get plane of dogs. We can get a Pyrrhic victory. It's going to kill off a unit though. So let me put items and we'll fight this. There we go. No damage, no losses. And then I think we'll take this at tier 5. Oh, nice. Seasoned campaigner. We got it. So that should do it for this side. Yeah, we've got a lot of catching up to do up here. This is where it's going to get tricky, because we're going to have to go up against this guy. We do have a menace below here that's building, so it's going to be 6 turns. So 1, and then next turn starts 5 turns. What I might end up doing is taking the land around it, just bypassing it, and then we'll take this when it spawns, and then that'll be a 4th army over here that can help. But these guys are going to need time to catch up. Like, this is not going to be easy. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. I don't think we can do that in 3 turns. Well, we might be able to do that in 3 turns. Yeah, they're not that far. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then move. So 4, maybe 5 turns we'll be up here and ready to push. This guy can start pushing up here. Take these. Yeah, this will probably come out at just the right time. And then this one is also, it's only 4 turns away from finishing, so that'll be helpful. We can start taking land back here, just go straight in a line, maybe back this way. And if anybody comes behind and takes it, we'll just follow up with these two and start going this way. But main goal is just cause havoc. Cause as much havoc back here as we can. Okay, so that looks good. Oh, interesting. Oxiatal left the safety of his settlement. Very interesting. How strong is his army? Supposedly it's slightly stronger than ours. Right, well, let's do the south war down here first. So this is a walled settlement. 12. Yeah, decisive victory. Oh, it's going to kill off a unit. What in the world? Right, yeah, let me just fight this manually real quick. Even with items, it doesn't change anything. That's okay. There we go. Minimal damage sustained. And we took the settlement. This one can also go to tier 5. We'll do that. Oh, nice. Bunch of stuff survived. Then we could also take Mount Athul. Yep, this is a weak weak garrison, so we can auto-resolve that, no problem. Here we go, season campaigner on that one too. Perfect. Okay, we're getting it on everybody now. Got some decisions to make here. So we could try to block his movement, Oxyotl, so he can't really reach much. Problem is he's a level 40, so pretty high chance that we'll fail. This army I'm a little concerned about. Yeah, I'm a little concerned that they're going to get wiped out. So if we try to run past, it's not going to work. We could go up here. We'll take attrition though. The other option is we can go on land. We come over here and then go on land. And then I don't... Well, no, he'll be able to reach us. We'll take some attrition as well. We should at least try to block him. It's only 27%. And he got wounded. Alright, that's not a big deal. We have a lot of people here. Going to be on guard though, so most likely we won't be able to do anything to him this turn. Which is fine. We'll keep on moving. Okay, so what do we do with these guys? So we need to keep an eye on his movement. It doesn't look like he can reach here, right? So it looks like he can go on shore, but he can't go here. So if we beach here, he won't be able to reach, hopefully. And then we can take this settlement and then reinforce. No, we won't be able to reinforce. It's way too far. Well, one turn at a time. We'll have to figure it out. I'm not sure entirely. I'm kind of hoping he just goes back here to tries to take Citadel of Dusk again, because that was a disaster last time he did that. And we wiped out an army for free, basically. So anyways, let's come back over here. We've got a rebellion that needs to be put down. Yeah, I think we just take it. It's fine. And then what I might end up doing, because we can't really do much with this army, I might just go back out to sea, and then we'll be fine. If we go back to ocean, we're not going to take attrition. That's perfect. Yep, that's perfect. And then we can move down maybe 2 or 3 settlements ahead and take it, so we can kind of leapfrog. Because Strat can take this, and in one turn can take Volutrax, so there's no need for him to take Volutrax. I think if he goes down here, it'll help. Or I could even send him here and start taking land in their backfield, because this is like wide open. That could be an option as well. I don't know that Strat needs a whole lot of help here. And then we have 3 armies pushing on this side, so I think maybe we don't need that much for these. I just don't want to leave them short. No, I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is. Okay, anyways, let's take this. So there's only 8. This should be an easy auto-resolve. And we'll heal up by the end of next turn. Sack it. And then this one can get pushed because it has a gold mine. Right, Throt hit level 50, so he's capped out. There's nothing else we can do here. We got Mentor. Right, that is it for the Southern Wars, I believe. Right, there's not much else we can do. So we had a good start here. So 2 settlements, took another one here. So we're going to collapse on these guys, and they're not even going to have a chance to do much else. I think this is their last army. I haven't seen anything with our scouts, and we'll do some scouting at the end to make sure. But I'm pretty sure that's the last one, and then maybe they'll try and recruit along the way. But they're pretty much toast. So we need to start shifting our focus to here. So yeah, I think this army needs to go there. I might even move this army after we take this settlement. I might even move him back to the waters and have him maybe go up here, something like that. We'll have to see. Here we go. Let's finish these guys off once and for all. He's got one more army right here, but they're going to crash right into this. I'll probably hire a lord just to help out. It's only artillery, though. It's artillery and a lord. But if this guy has regen, we're going to have a tough time with it. Actually, don't see regen on him, so maybe it's okay. Well, either way, let's take his last settlement. Victory. Yeah, let me fight this then. Here we go. Took that settlement. That's the last one. So we just need to wipe out that army, and then that'll be faction destroyed. I believe that's the final dwarf faction on the map, too. Let me sack it. And this one has a... what do you call it? A landmark as well. So we'll take that to 3 so we can get the landmark up. We got a couple tough battles. Well, this one's probably not that bad. 18 plus the units in here, but the thing is it's a walled settlement, so I think they'll be pretty passive, and we should be able to win that. This one, on the other hand, is going to be tough because there's a stack here. Oh, you know, I didn't even consider. They could actually attack here instead. But if they attack here, it's a walled settlement. We'll have even more chances to whittle them down. But this is a scary army. It's all big units. This army is not that well equipped to fight it. This one can, for sure, because we're a lot faster than them. But these guys, they're not even on their brood horrors, though. We need a couple levels on all of them. Oh, man, this army is causing us some problems. So, yeah, we need to keep going. We have to. We have to figure a way. We have to figure out a way to win. That's all we can do. So let's go ahead and start off with Temple of Skulls. Yeah, close defeat has given us... Is it an actual walled settlement? Yeah, it is. We're going to go for a little bit different tactic here. We're not doing heals on these guys. We just load them up with as much shield as we can fit. And then we'll have to cycle them in and out of combat. Because that's a pretty scary army to be fighting. I don't know that we'd have enough heal to cover everybody. But anyways, we should be alright. And we got damage boosts on the flags. So let's do that on our strongest. We've also got something to scare people and then to reduce their will to fight. So hopefully we'll get to rout them faster. Alright, quick update. I'm not going to show too much from this fight because it's pretty straightforward. But we used artillery to wipe out one of their Stegodon things. We're trying to get them to stay grouped up at the front here so we can hit them with spells. We'll just cycle these guys in and out until they're mostly wiped out. And then that's it. So, not that much to cover in this. Yeah, like this is going to be a really good one. A plague. So we should hit everybody with that. Gotta watch out for the Stegodons. Those things are pretty bad. They will tear us up. Oh, they're legendary lords there. Crap, I didn't realize that. Yeah, we need to get out. But yeah, we got our damage off. One thing we might want to try this match is to just sneak in and take a bunch of stuff. So we got our rats breaking in. Let's go take some capture points here. So it's completely undefended. So we can just come through here, take everything. They're starting to shift some units. And when they do that, they'll leave their other stuff weak, and then we can travel to the front again. So there we go. And then we can come here and take the center. Travel to the front again. And then we can come here and take the center. Right, they're shifting their big units away, which is good. Those are the biggest threats. Let's actually go back outside. Just get them away. And then if somebody comes here by themselves, we can pick them off. And we can hit this Stegodon here with our cannons. That should do some good damage. Rather not get into melee with this guy. We might have to. He's getting hit a decent amount. So maybe it's okay. We just got... Oh my god. He just instantly did all that damage. Yep, that's what we need to watch out for. Oh my god, dude, get out! God, man, this game is so annoying. They like... It's like they stick to you like glue. Like you tell them to back up and they can't because they're stuck. Okay, this thing's trying to run now. Yeah, he's gonna get out. We can't do anything about it. What about these guys? I don't know, they're getting shot up pretty bad, so let's back them off. I don't know if we'll kill this thing, but we just need it to not come back. Yeah, there you go. So he's not coming back. Stop shooting. And we'll take out the birds. Yep, there we go. Hit the birds. That should be good. Right, we've got another Stegodon isolated here. I don't know why they keep doing this, but we'll take advantage of it. Assuming we don't lose all of our guys. Okay. Oh, the shields are all gone, so we got to get him back. Yeah, look at that. He's stuck like glue. He's stuck like glue. Doesn't make any sense. It's not how melee combat works. Unless he like bit on and is like holding with his teeth. But something tells me that's not what's going on because... Yeah, they'll do it for like multiple opponents. Okay, we gotta take this. This guy's gonna die. Yeah, he's dead. There we go. There's one down. We just killed their leader. They should be getting morale loss soon, so pretty much battle's over. There we go. Got army lost. So that's a big one. And then we are still intact for the next one. I'm sure he's going to attack us. I guess the question is which one. We can take this at 5, but I don't think we should because I want to get back up into the bright green. So we'll just do regular. We've also got to take this one. Let's get in there and do that. Definitely not auto-resolving this. We need to keep our people alive. There we go. Took a tiny bit of damage. We should be good for the next fight if they do attack here. Alright, so that should be it for the South Wars. South Sea Wars, Far West. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's work on the center. And then we need to break out of this area soon. But there's not that much to do this turn. They can auto-resolve on that. So I'm basically just moving people around this turn. And then what we'll try to do is we'll take just about everything from this guy all in one turn. So I've got this guy ready for Grungzint. We need to move somebody over here, which we have this Plague Lord. He'll be able to handle that. So 1, 2. This guy will probably not be able to reach that, so that'll be 2 turns. But we'll hit 1, 2, 3, 4, And then I'm thinking Snicked, we'll just tunnel. Take massive Oracle. Or, yeah, no, we should definitely do that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take that next turn. So it'll be these 4 plus this, so that's 5, and then 6 will come in a little bit after. So that'll be pretty much this whole continent cleared, like this central area cleared. Yeah, that looks good. So that's pretty much it for all of our moves. I started an army over here. We need to try to take this stuff out soon too. We'll start the process on that. So I deleted everything except for the things that reduce visibility. And then we're going for Vermintide. We're going to go for Vermintide everywhere up here. And then we're going to stop spending our money so that we can afford to pay these armies when they spawn. At least for a turn or two, and then we'll delete them. And then we'll try and follow up with this guy to clean up the rest. So that's the game plan there. And then of course we've got the Vermintide here in 4 turns. And here in 6 turns. Oh, I thought I did that one sooner. Yep, that'll take a little while. Same thing here. We're basically doing it everywhere. These ones are going to take a little bit longer though. But yeah, we start the process there. But that should be it for turn 86. We do all the usual stuff, and then we'll keep going. Here we go. This is the big fight we were expecting. So I put items on both, but they went north, which is the one with the rats and the siege. So this is actually better for us because they're likely going to split up their army. And we have a really, really good hit and run army to use here. So let's go ahead and distribute. Let's see who's got the best damage. Yeah, they all hit pretty good. So we'll run like that. Maybe some extra menace below, because I suspect this will be a pretty long fight. But looking at this, there's 1, 2, and 3. So there's 3 sections to their army. We probably want to go for the one that's going to do the least amount of damage to us off the start. Yeah, that one looks terrible. This one looks okay, but kind of annoying because the flying units that won't land because they're all ranged. So probably going to stick to this one over here. So let me get my units sorted out here. So here's the game plan. We're going to rush these guys. Let's see. We need to make sure... yeah, let's do this. We need to make sure we're occupying these towers as well so that we're getting good damage off. So we can get a couple on each of these capture points. Make sure that we're doing damage with these towers. And then I wouldn't even mind having a little something back here, like help hold. And then these guys will actually get decent shots off, so we can keep them up front, and they'll get some damage off. So that'll work. There's not a whole lot of point to shooting at these guys necessarily. I guess we'll put 1, but yeah, they're not going to do any damage to them, to be honest. So yeah, let's go ahead and bum rush. So we're going to start with these. We'll get out there, and then we need to juke with these, and then we need to probably hit this flying unit if we can with our cannons. Oh yeah, they're hitting us with spell. So there goes our ranged, unfortunately. See where they go with this guy. They might swoop down. Which one are they going for? Okay, perfect. Take her out. We can get a menace below here to help distract these guys a little bit. And then actually if we can get shots on these back here. Oh, you're just standing out in the open getting shot, aren't you? You ding dong. There we go. This thing's dead. Yeah, it's gonna die. It has to die. There it goes. Dead. Let's get our rats. So go ahead and attack. We'll do 4, 3, and 3. And then these guys are pretty much done. Oh, they're chasing these units. Oh, no, not the cannons. Cannons are being dumb. Okay, let's pull ones out that are getting really low. So this rat needs to come out. Okay, we caught him again. That's good. Let's get another menace below here to help. Yeah, look at that. They are getting shredded. I mean, we're getting hit pretty hard too, but I feel like we're doing okay. And then once this one's dead, we can transition maybe 2 rats each to the others. Are you guys done? No, they're still chasing. This guy's got to go down soon, man. Come on. There he goes. Okay, I don't want 4 chasing. I want 2 chasing. And even that might be too much. We can micromanage to get a little bit better results. But he's so slow. Okay, so we'll micromanage him out front. These guys can come in and help with this turn and hit him from the front. That should slow him down a lot. There we go. Yep, he's got a turn. And in the meantime, he takes 2 or 3 hits, and he's pretty much dead now. All right, this guy is really low. Let's get our Executioner's Axe on him. These guys are fleeing. Temple Guards, yep, perfect. And then these guys are shooting at stuff that I really don't want them to shoot at. I'd probably be better off getting this guy out. Let's get the cannons out and up here. We need to start building some towers as well. If I can get some towers. I can't even see the platform to create the towers, the problem. Can you hit this guy once to execute, please? There he goes. He's dead. These guys I don't particularly care about, so we're gonna pass on that, and then let's get moving over here. See if we can get that flying unit to drop down and maybe start defending or something. Yeah, see, we still have resources here, so they're gonna take shots from all these towers. So this is actually fine. Okay, they're in. Yep, they're in these other places, but that's okay. We don't need to kill the whole army, and we don't need to base race with these guys on these capture points, because eventually they're going to get army loss when they split up like this. So we just need to do it before the timer hits. Can I can't see this building point. But you know what? I can go back to these guys. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do that. And there we go. We got towers all over the place. Here we go. Yep. Go beat this thing out. Oh, you know what? Yeah, take out the bird. We'll do 5 and 5. So 5 on the bird, 5 on the dinosaur. And that should help quite a bit. Let's also maybe menace below on top of some of these ranged units. If that helps. Alright, how we doing? Our rats are getting beat up a little bit. Let's pull some of them back. No. Get in there and stop them, please. Oh, it's going to be a waste if they don't stop them. Okay, there we go. I can't click on them, man. This game is so ridiculous sometimes. Alright, there we go. Execution. Execute. Execute. How is that not an execution? He's gonna get out. He's gonna get out with this stupid bird. Yeah, they're refusing to hit him. Okay, there's another one down. Perfect. This guy's gonna get hit. Okay, nice. They actually did kill it. Alright, that thing's probably dead. Let's switch it up. Get this guy's... These guys can all charge him. Okay, that's dead. Now we need to... Let's go for the easy target here. This guy does a lot of damage. And then I'm going to try to tie this one up. So he stops shooting at us for a minute. How are we doing here? They're starting to capture, kind of. Our tower is getting some shots in, though. So that's good. Yeah, it's getting some shots in. They're shooting the tower as well. Alright, back here. This guy's getting really low. We're hitting the healing cap on some of these. So we need them to not die. Wait... Why? Yeah, we should be able to run these guys down pretty easily. Okay, there we go. That should be an execution. Let's pull these rats off. And then we need to get it. That Stegodon. Yep, just ignore the little guys. There we go, he's dead. You guys can all attack that except for the rat. Rat goes to the back. Nice, they took that out. Let's get another Stegodon down. These rats are healing, so we're good there. How's our cannon doing? Maybe we can get shots. Let's try and use our cannon from here, see if we can hit. We can even get some support here with the tower. Yeah, I think they can actually shoot from there, so that'd be good. Okay, how are we doing back here? This thing is getting beat up. Yeah, everybody's getting beat up pretty badly on their side. Let's also scalm. We need the Executioner's Axe over there by the dinosaur. One of these, anyways. Let's go for this one. If we can get out. Can we get out? Would love to get out. How about we drop a nuke, because those guys are super annoying. And then here we go. Yep, he's gonna be in range very soon. These guys are gonna go down. They might get army loss pretty soon, I think. Alright, so we lost the capture point. Okay, let's switch targeting. Yeah, can we target this one then? Okay, this guy is getting hit pretty bad. Oh, nice. He's down. There's another one dead. That one's dead. These guys are all dying. There we go. Another one down. Alright, there's one on the bridge here. Try to go for him if we can. It's giving us some weird... Yeah, it's giving us some weird pathing. So let's get just the solo units to go, maybe. The ones on foot, I mean. And then these guys will have... We'll have them come up here and just ambush somebody. So we can take that that capture point back. There we go. Yeah, they're hitting the tower. The tower's hitting back. So these things are getting chipped away. This is perfect. Cannon's taking those out. That's perfect. These guys are taking damage. Kind of expected, though. Yep, there we go. All right, we should be okay here. I feel good about this. They're going to lose everything now. Yeah, they have to. We need to take this guy out soon as well. Can we... Maybe we can slow him down. Let's use a Menace Below just to stall him for a little bit. Man. Yeah, this thing does not take much damage. Alright, here we go. Yep, and they might be getting army loss. They are. Okay, they're getting army loss. We need to split up and chase. So chase. Separate units. Where's the big units? Do they have big units? We need to take out all the big units if we can. Alright, so... This thing is not... We're not going to be able to catch that with these guys, apparently. Same thing here. So I'll try and run them down, but that's a big win. That's a very big win with not many losses. We got a heroic victory out of it. A couple of units did get out, some of the big ones. So flying units, 2 of their big units got out, but it's the rest, literally the rest of their army's gone. So that was a very big win for very low casualties. Look at this. Yeah, made a lot of good money too. So the hunting pack, one of the stegodons, and the flying units. So not bad at all. And I also knew these guys were going to attack because this is literally their last army. They have nothing left. They don't have any settlements, so that's kind of their MO. But so we've got an assassin lord. We just need to pick these guys off and then kill this guy, and then we're good to go. So yeah, I'm not going to show much from this because it's literally a give-me battle. Like, we would have to try hard to lose this. But essentially, we'll pick off the artillery, and then we'll tie this guy up and then start smacking him with our lord. We pretty much wiped out the artillery, so now we just start picking on this guy. And then that's it. It feels really good to be done with the dwarfs. They are so hard to fight against with Skaven. Oh, they actually ran before we could kill them all, unfortunately. So did we finish these guys off? Yeah, they might actually get out. We might have to fight them again, but let's see. These guys do not want to die. We need to get down to 3. They're getting out with 5, it looks like. Yeah, so they're going to survive. But if we can kill this guy, we want to fight him at least. There you go, he's dead. So we'll see. Maybe it'll kill them off. I don't think so, though. But he'll be dead soon. Yep, there you go. So it actually counted it as a full kill. So they're completely wiped out. That's the faction destroyed. Thank God. Starting off turn 87, I wanted to show this. So Ironbrow's Expedition, faction destroyed. They're officially gone. That is the last of the dwarfs. Also, these idiots that were raiding us earlier, they're dead now. So that's a good sign. We're starting off in the top, the far north. So we're going to deal with Tretch. This guy's trying to slip by us. I think we just ignore him, and then we'll have to hire an emergency army, because I don't think we can afford to slow down just for one little... It's not even a full stack or a half stack. It's 9 out of 20. So I guess we'll deal with it. It's a lot of low tier stuff too. It's a lot of level 1. So yeah, I'm really not a fan of delaying for that. Although this, wow, we're short. We can't reach that either. Jeez, man. Okay, well, anyways, let's go take this. This is going to be a fight in person, obviously. So let me put items and do this. We got the settlement. Pretty easy battle. We got a heroic victory out of it, and a bunch of money and food. So this one, we can take it tier 5, and it looks like we stay in the dark. Oh, no, put us down. I wish it was accurate, because it showed still in the dark green, but that's alright. That's pretty much it for the far north. Not much else we can do with only 2 armies. Like I said, we'll probably come back at the end, and then we'll hire somebody to deal with that. So moving across the pond here. Yeah, we need to try to reach this. Let's go, I think, by the water. Seems faster and will take less attrition. That should be good there. And yeah, we're short with Queek, so we have to move. Man, these little delays are gonna really put a dent into our final time, I think. Yeah, that's okay. All right, now this one, so we have to land and be able to attack it in the same turn, hopefully. Yeah, as long as you click on it, it puts you close enough to be able to do it, so that works. This is a decisive. I'm just gonna take it. No need to do any of the fancy stuff. So that is Longship Graveyard. And they gave us a bunch of items. Nice. That's all we can do here. This is going to take a few more turns than I expected. Yeah, movement speed's pretty slow here. Now this, hopefully we can take this in this turn. Yeah, we can. Okay, sweet. And we can auto-resolve it. No losses. So that's Isle of Wight. We've got 2 more. Please tell me we can get there in 1 turn. Yep, we can. And then from here to here, I can't tell. It doesn't path through here, so it might or it might not. So we'll take this for sure next turn. Citadel of Lead. I think we can reach that. I think so. Especially, yeah, he's got a scribe, so that helps. So that is it for the Northern Wars. 1, 2... how many more do we have? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 here. But we have like 4 armies after it, so that shouldn't take too long. And then, like I said before, once we're done here, so Longship Graveyard will go Altar of Crimson Harvest, and then we'll shoot across and take Dieterschaffen. Probably wipe this guy out too, so he's not loitering around. That should be, yeah. I think we'll take this turn, but this will go in about 2 or 3 turns, and then that'll be the entire empire. So we'll have that all locked up. All right, moving along. Let's go to the far west. That's not good. So Marathi showed up. That's the legendary lord. She's level 50 with all the items. That is not good. It's not terrible in the sense that her army's pretty bad. There's a lot of tier 1 units, but there's definitely some stuff in here that I don't think we want to really fight. But we still have to. We have to take this. Yeah, we have to take this. All right, let's use this opportunity to at least heal our lords. So I'm going to fight this one manually just to make sure we can get our scoms and healing stuff off. And then we'll just have to brace or whatever's coming next. We were able to heal up, or at least our heroes. These guys will heal up a little bit when we loot and occupy, because we get a small amount of replenishment from that. And then we're just going to have to deal with it. I don't really know how, but we'll have to figure it out. We might even be able to hold it with just these heroes. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe not, but I guess we'll see. We do also have these guys as invis, so that will probably help some. But yeah, here we go. We get 8% replenishment. That's pretty good. And we got a Book of Asher. Nice. So yeah, here we go. A little bit of replenishment, but we're not going to get a full tick. This guy's going to come in and probably attack us. So yeah, we'll see. So that is Moonshard. We're also going to take up here Bleak Hold Fortress. We can just auto-resolve that. What is this, man? What are you talking about, bro? You said decisive. That's not decisive. That's, you almost lost half your freaking army. Bro, you gotta figure your stuff out. That is absolute BS. Like, if you're gonna do that much damage, don't tell me it's decisive then. I wouldn't have auto-resolved it. God, man. Now we have to worry about fighting again next turn and then trying to reinforce this guy. That is so horrible, man. Before we declare war on these guys, what I want to do is try to take this settlement and then move up here and settle this. And then I'm hoping by that point we'll have resolved whatever is going on here. And then we can keep pushing north. Although, maybe not, because we're at war with these guys and it looks like we need to take the ring. Yeah, it looks like we actually have to take the ring. Because that's after he loses these, he doesn't have anything up here. So it's... maybe we have to shift to here, and then once we're done, we'll send people north. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, we should definitely keep going north, but we may not be able to. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay, well, we already have our marching orders for the next couple turns at least. We gotta take and defend stuff that's here. And then we might as well just go for this. It's wide open. What is this army? Let's try to scout this out if we can. Okay, I'm literally right next to you. Can I see what's in your army? How come I can't see what's in his army? Okay, I don't know. That's weird. Very strange. It won't let me spot what's in the army. I guess it doesn't really matter. We have to come here anyways. Let's go a little farther away so that we don't have to get pulled. We don't have to deal with a garrison if he decides to attack. So we'll come right down here. And then next turn we'll attack. And then we need to do all of these. So 5 turns we'll have a Vermintide, and then we'll automatically declare war on these guys. 3 turns for that one. And then these, I think we're just waiting. Yeah, we're waiting a little bit for those. Okay, this one's ready to go up as well. So 5 turns, that Vermintide will be ready. And that one. That one's dangerously close to being spotted. So hopefully they don't. Now let's do the Southern War. So this one is pretty much cleaned up because we got rid of the dwarves. So now we just need to clean these guys up. And it looks like we cannot reach this army, but that's okay. We also can't reach this, so it doesn't really make a difference anyways. We'll tunnel here, we'll move down with this army, and then we'll wipe them out next turn. And then it's just one, and it's just taking one all the way down. it's linear. So what we might end up doing is going west, fighting these guys, so that we can keep our conquest going, and then we'll go south, I think. But I'm not sure if we're ready to start this war yet. We might be. No, I think we're still a turn or two away. Well, yeah, I guess we should figure that out before we do this, because what we do up here will dictate how we play out in the south. Either way, this guy needs to move. So let's move him. And actually, we can go... Yeah, we can go south. We'll attack these two first. And then maybe split, send one here, and then we'll take this next. There we go. Yeah, so it looks like next turn will be... no, we won't be able to reach it in next turn. It's going to be 2 turns. We could always start it and just be a little bit behind. Okay, what we should do is plan this out a little bit better then. Let's go up here. We'll capture... With this guy, we'll take this line. We'll go 1, 2, 3, jump, 4, 5. And then up here, we'll go linear like this. So that way, we're not stepping on each other's toes. I think that makes the most sense here. And then we could use some more units. Actually, no, we don't need more units. We're doing the hoarders. Not a hoarder, sorry. The plague lord. Plague priest. Yep. There we go. So we'll have all 3. We'll have a decent front line. We have plenty of firepower in the back. This army is complete, just about. I think we're waiting for one guy to catch up. Yep, he'll be there next turn in time for the attack. Perfect. So this is secure. We have this accounted for. There's no armies here that we have to contend with, at least not that I could tell. Guess we'll send some scouts over here as well. Yeah, there's a little bit. So we'll attack 3 settlements here, 2 settlements here, and I guess we'll leave these guys alone for a little bit. What army is this anyways? Yeah, this is probably the correct army to go against these guys. They probably have Scarbrand down here. Or wait, who's in charge of this? Is it Scarbrand? Yeah, Scarbrand the Exiled. Okay, so that means instead of going south, we're going to head north-ish. We'll head up here. We'll start taking land right here. Well, what we'll probably do with this guy is go straight in and try and get into some fights with these big armies, if we can. Yeah, we don't need to capture linearly with him. We want to just... We want to take out their firepower so that these other armies that aren't quite as strong have an easier time. There we go. So that is that. These guys are set. So that is it for the south, I believe. Right? That's not ours. Yeah, we moved all these guys. All right, let's go south, even further south. This is the far south seas. Lord Skrolk, we'll take that in 2 turns. I was just trying to get away from Oxyotl. I didn't necessarily want to fight, but we could probably just take this then. Yeah, take it, and then we'll get ready. We'll get ready to defend. Perfect, and we get a scribe out of it. Alright, so this guy needs to rush over. There we go. And then if we need to double team Oxyotl, we might be able to do that with him. So that is... Yep, never-ending chasm will be taken next turn. Strat can take this, perfect, and then we're going to skip one. Let's send our scout first, just to make sure we're not walking into something. Yeah, no trap. There is a full stack here, though. Lost Palace. A tough one. Let's go take this. Yeah, a close victory. Come on, dude. Yeah, so definitely not a close victory. So I don't know what auto-resolve's smoking. There we go. We'll take occupation of Volultrax. And then, yeah, we're just going to push west. And then at some point, maybe right here, maybe Lost Palace will just go north. Or Fate Weaver's Crevasse, potentially. I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one. Because we need to go north and start fighting these guys as well. And cleaning up the south of the lizards. These other lizards. Because we should be able to handle the rest of this with just these. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried that they'll counterattack and start taking these and we'll have to come back. So, something to think about. I guess I could just send this guy over now. That could be an option. Yeah, why don't we do that? This is completely undefended. So it'd be pretty easy to just take these and start working our way up. We'll meet and then maybe head west to help with this war. And then this guy, once he cleans up these, probably just come over here and solo this whole faction. There's only a couple of settlements there, but he could probably solo it. And then when these guys are done, they'll head north as well to help. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So for a central war, we're going to open up against these guys here. Throw him the punch. Let's go and attack him. I will try to pull Clint Scryer in. Yeah, that's fine. So he'll join. Now auto-resolve as many of these as we can, because they should be pretty easy. Yeah, we can sack that one. We'll take this one at tier 3 just so we can get some buildings so that we don't have rebellions. And then this army we can skip on over to here, and then we'll get pulled in again with an auto resolve here. All right, just make sure. Yep, that looks good. Decisive, perfect, no losses. So this guy's basically just a helper. He helped for 2 wars back to back. Let's not take this one to tier 3. We'll just go tier 1. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3. Should be decisive. Yep. Oh, wow. 21 grand. That one's worth a lot. Down. Then we've got 2 more that we can get to for sure. And then next turn, 1 more. This one, we might have to fight this one. Yeah, this game does not like these doom wheels in auto resolve anyways. There we go. No losses. Very little damage. Down. Let's also take Grungzint. And we can just auto resolve. There we go. And we got a item out of it. So Grom is down to single settlement, and we can't quite reach it this turn. We'll take it next turn. And then we'll also take this. Those victory. I'm just going to auto-resolve it. There's nothing going on in this area next turn anyways. So we'll heal up. There's Gorsel. It's another Empire faction, or another Empire rebel. So now we just have this, and then the entire Reichland is ours. The entire mountain range is already ours. And then this is pretty much ours. We just need to head west so we can start helping out here and capturing stuff up here. So anybody that's left is going to be pushed that way. Let's see who else. Yep. So let's get these guys in the water. Get them over there as fast as we can. Same here. Double check. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing we need to have done here then. Let's just race to the water. Spread out a little bit so we're not stepping on each other's toes. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much all we have over there. What I'm thinking we can do is start to set up for a war with these guys. In 4 turns, we'll get Vermintide. We might be able to take it before that anyways, but we'll see. So let's start heading over this way. We need to also get these guys in there. All right, there's another army here, actually. And then they have an army up here. You know what? I am a little concerned if they attack this. Yeah. Shoot. Because we need to finish this off, and then we need to switch to fighting up here. These are all going to take 5 turns. So that'll be up until 92. That'll give us 8 turns to clean all this up, which may or may not be enough. You know, it probably is going to be enough, because if all of these things spawn an army, we can take the settlement, take these 4 settlements, and then disband the army right away. And then take these 3 settlements, and then have this guy help double team whoever. It would just basically just ambush everybody in this area, something like that. We'll probably put like an assassin lord to make sure we can ambush 100%. Something like that makes sense. And then from there, it's what, 8 turns? So 8, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, and then 4 maybe. And then over here, so 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, we should have enough. We should have enough. So that means we have to clear this. We have 4 turns here, 5 turns here. Where is this person going anyways? I think they're heading up north. Let's go ahead and get these guys in the army. Yeah, we can definitely attack right now. I'm just concerned that he'll turn and start attacking our stuff, which would not be good. This is a very weak garrison here. 4 turns to upgrade, that's just going to be way too long. So what we'll probably end up doing, we could hinder his replenishment. We could slow him down. Maybe we'll try to slow him down. It's only 38%. That's not going to happen. All right, well, let's spread out and spy. See what these guys have got going on up here. So there's 1 army back here. Most of them are congregating in this area, though. But we'll have to check it out. Yep, that's plenty of vision. So we should be good there. Man, do we start another army then? Like an emergency army? No, because we already need to do an emergency up here. We need to counter this one. So we can't afford to. Okay, what kind of units does he have? Yeah, he's got a decent army. There's a tier 4, some tier 3s, and then the rest are tier 2. Blackguard. There's some decent units in there. We can handle that with this army, but we may not be able to handle it with anything we can spawn here in the next turn or 2. So let's think about this. We have 4 turns for this. So if we attack, that's 1, 2, 3. We can fight. No, we have time to take 1 more turn. So let's move over here. If he pushes up this way, we can ambush next turn, and if this guy goes further in, then I think we'll be fine. If he stays around here, then I don't know. We might just have to bite the bullet and deal with it. See what they have here now. Yeah, it's just the one army, or the one navy, and then the partial army. So it's not much. Okay, that'll be for next turn then. Yeah, I think that's pretty much for 87. I got a bunch of stuff to move around. Look at all these spies we have. There's so many. It's a lot. Anyways, yeah, end of turn 87. We got to deal with that one small army that got behind us in the north. So I'll probably do this offline. It's not going to be too hard. I think just bait them around. Well, let's show a couple clips here, but essentially we just want to wait in the woods because a lot of their stuff is large or cav or whatever. So they don't fight as well in the woods. Our Hell Pit Abomination doesn't either, but we can get him out. Oh crap, we're casting a lot of spells. So we do need to hold. Yeah, we'll hold pretty much ever except for the center maybe. But we can probably get that with our Hell Pit. Yeah, he can come in and help shore up defenses. This guy can pick him off in the back, and then we're getting bombarded again. Dude, how many? What's the cooldown on this guy? 30 seconds. But you know what we should probably do is go after the Lord. Yeah, if we take him out, I think everything else will be a lot easier. Where are we struggling? We're struggling over here. Let's menace below. Yep, they're already fleeing. Oh, they have a unit in our back line. That's cool. Anyways, we got the Lord. They're probably going to crack any minute now. Yep, there they go. They're running. I'm pretty sure that will survive. We'll have to re-engage it again. We probably can beat it with just these two. Starting out turn 88. Let's go in the north. So I move this guy a little closer. We'll try to take Bard Camp. I don't know, maybe next turn. Might need 2 turns. Up here with Tretch. So this is the army that we defended against here last turn. And then he's got a buddy. So we'll definitely put some items. We'll fight both of these. And then we'll have to force march to get there in a reasonable time. That is so far. Okay, well, let's see. Let me put items on. They're both force march, so we shouldn't have a problem. Yep, easy ambush. This one also uses the garrison, so maybe we'll auto-resolve this one, but we'll have to fight the next one manually. It'll probably put most of the losses on the garrison. Yeah, so literally nothing. We'll take that one, and then this next one, like I said, we'll have to fight this one manually, I'm pretty sure. Another ambush. I think this one probably makes more sense, fighting manually. We'll set it back here. We've got a little bit of cover. Hopefully they don't try to flank around, but I guess maybe they will, because they got some fast-moving units. We'll just play defensively. They have to come to us, because this is a forced march battle. So if they lose, they instantly die. A good opening volley. Yeah, so we'll see where they go. I hope they don't try to wrap around, but they might. Alright, here we go. Let's get this guy spread out a little bit more. Move these guys up. Actually, we don't need to chase the ranged ones because they're going to just try to skirmish. I can't even see the symbol on the floor that's cast. Falling pretty quick. I don't see anybody going for a flank. Yep, those guys are already out. But let's go and save our menace below until we actually need it. But these guys do not need to be chasing out that far. There's a big bunch right here. Let's try to get them to stay grouped. Oh, they're doing it again. I can't see it on the ground, dude. It's like invisible because of the snow. I hate fighting on these snow maps. It's so hard to see anything. Alright, let's try to gum up. Yeah, let's get up there and just stuff whatever we can. Keep our reinforcements back here. Big unit dead. These guys are breaking through. Let's stop that. Oh, they don't care. Alright. Oh, should probably get some defensive spells. I can't tell where it's casting because it's the ground. They need to change the colors on this map. So, like, should definitely not be doing that white or that light blue color. We should change it to, like, the green color, that, like, the range. Even that's kind of hard to see. Maybe do, like, a red or something. Here. He's doing pretty well so far. This guy's going to try and break through. Yeah, there goes again. I can't even see where it is. Okay, it doesn't matter. We just take it to the chin because I can't see anything. I think it's coming from this guy though. Yeah, so he's not going to cast anymore after this. So we took damage, but not from literally nothing. Just the spells. Right, that's it. Let me clean this up. We didn't lose that much, but yeah, those spells do kind of hurt. But you can see this is all going to get wiped out because they were on force march. Yep, there they go. So how much movement range do we have? We will take attrition. The only way we avoid that is if we go march or encamp stance, but that's probably going to block us from taking this next turn. So I think we'll have to stay. We'll just go force march and guarantee that we'll make it. Okay. Wish I had a scout up here. What happened to all my scouts? I had at least 2 at one point. Did they all die? Maybe they've been getting picked off and I didn't even notice. What do they have? Level 19, so probably not that crazy. Yeah, we'll have to deal with that next turn then. We're going to take Fortress of the Damned. This one is very well defended, so we'll have to fight this one manually. So easy win. We took no damage, no losses, and we'll take the settlement. Definitely sack that one for 34 grand. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we got to fight it again. I'm just going to auto-resolve it this time. You can take it at tier 5. Yeah, we're still in the top tier, so that should be good. So next turn, we take this. I think we need 2 turns to get down here. Turns, yeah, man. Okay, well, like I said, we just keep pushing as hard as we can. We'll see what the time ends up being. But we already moved this guy, so now we go to the center with Queek. And we beat this army last turn, but now we got to take out that army in a full garrison. We go pretty straightforward fight. We didn't really lose much. They did cast a spell on some of our warp fire throwers, but aside from that, we actually healed more than we took damage. So another one down. This one we can take at tier 5 as well, but it's going to put us below the limit, so let's just stay. We'll keep it at tier 1. I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but this guy's got almost none of his movement speed left. I don't remember moving him. Did we? Let me look at my notes. Did we take Longship Graveyard? Yeah, we would have taken this last turn, so he wouldn't have moved. He would have started his turn here. Why is my movement speed cut down to 25%? Because we probably should be able to reach that one. Well, maybe not. But anyway, we definitely can't. We have to take attrition because we need to get close. And this guy took the helm. What do you call that thing? The helm of the Dominator? Legendland Crown, yeah. So now he does AoE damage just by standing around. Anyways, we'll take him out. I guess we'll just have to take some attrition. I'm worried that if we go on the water, we may not be able to get there in 2 turns, but I'm pretty sure if we take attrition, we'll get there next turn. We'll just have to put up with it then. Yeah, that's really odd. I don't know what happened there. So that's it for that. We got one more here for this war. Yeah, we can definitely take this next turn. We just auto-resolve it. Yep. Now this one I want to take up because it does have a landmark. So we may not even get it done before the end of the game, but we'll at least try. So this is the one that gives you Winds of Magic reserve capacity for every army, plus 20, so it's pretty good if we can get it up. So that should be it for this war. We've got one more settlement here. I'll probably have this guy help out and take a settlement, maybe this one at the very least, and then head west. Well, actually no, because that one's going to be taken by Queek on his way out anyways. He's going to have to pass by here. This guy's going to have to pass by here anyways. So what we might as well do is ship this army west as soon as we're done. And then we'll try to start taking land from here. Now this was the one I was worried about. And I wasn't 100% sure if he could just immediately attack. And it turns out Marathi can't. So they had to beach and then attack. She could definitely attack. But it looks like the AI is not capable of doing the click after they land. Whereas the player can. So that actually helped us out a tremendous amount, because look at this. We've respawned. Most of our units have regenerated, so let's go and attack. It's giving us a close victory, which I think is actually very, very generous. I don't particularly want to fight this guy. And then we're using a decent amount of our garrison here, so that might help spread the casualties out. Yeah, I'm pretty concerned about the casualties we'll take. Both, actually. So we auto-resolve this thing, we're going to take a lot of damage. And if we fight in person, we might still take a lot of damage. But I think it might be worth it still. Man, she's got some good items. Yeah, she's got some free vortex spells as well. Not ideal. Okay, can we... Getting an ambush. Maybe we can't ambush from here? What if we exit? If we exit, we can get an ambush that way. Doesn't seem to help much. Didn't really take that much damage. Most of it was on the heroes, but these guys will heal. We can heal them in the next fight. And we could still reach. Yeah, we could still reach this. Oh, that's not who I was going for. I didn't mean to do that, but that's actually fine. We can take her out real quick. We'll take our sweet time here so that we can heal. I want these guys to heal. She just ran for the exit that I didn't think she would go for. But anyways, we stole her item. We'll take her out next time. Or she might join this. No, she won't. Okay, we're getting a Pyrrhic victory with a bunch of deaths. So let's fight this one manually. Let me get some healing items on these guys, though. Actually, no, I think we're good. There we go. Now we were able to heal up. We'll have to deal with that hero that ran off, but here we go. So we didn't take any losses, and we got all these guys back up to full health, except for the casters, but they'll heal over the turn. This one we'll have to take at tier 1. We don't have food. So that ejected this guy. They've got 2 loose armies in the area we'll have to deal with. We'll also take Forest of Arnheim. This is going to be an easy auto-resolve. There we go. The full province. And then over here, this is where we got attacked last turn by this army, the Sisters. So we're going to wipe them out this turn. Yeah, we took some pretty hefty damage on some of these units, but we're still in it. Let's try to ambush this first. Wait, never mind. We'll just go in and attack. Auto-resolve would get rid of everything. I don't know how much damage we would take, though. I'm a little concerned about putting more on these guys. Pretty reasonable, actually. So I think that was fine. The problem we have here is they have a lot of range units that can just nickel and dime our range units. So I think just the auto-resolve probably makes the most sense here. Let's go ahead and sack. We could technically chase this down, but I think we'll just let it go. Yeah, loot and occupy. This place sucks. What can you do? Actually, I probably should put it up to tier 3. But yeah, we still don't... We want to get that +2 control. So we'll save up and just get our food back. Alright, so now we push north and settle Temple of Adaoluth, whatever. And then we'll have to reposition. So we have 4 turns, we'll have this pop out. So we probably need 1, 2 turns for that. And then maybe 3, 4 we can be up here. And then by the time this one pops out, we can take that, go south, take that, and then head back north. And then these guys will hopefully be done and back up here. So we need 4 turns for that. We might need to send one of these guys east to start fighting here, keep them off of this mainland area. Might need to do that, although we can start the process here. This is going to be 6 turns. This one is 4 turns away, so that one's almost done. And then this one's 4 turns away. So yeah, we're going to have some armies here soon. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. So we can delay this war for at least another 2 or 3 turns. I think that makes sense. That should do it for the west war that we have. We don't have anything else to move. So let's go south. Chasm, that's going to fall with an auto-resolve. Still need to keep stacking up our cash. We have 350k in the bank, but we're going to need a lot more than that, I think, because we're going to go through cash pretty quickly here soon. But here's what we're going to do. So Oxyotl is still a threat here. I'm pretty sure, well, actually, I'm pretty sure we could take it out with 1 army, but I'd rather keep 2 handy just in case. So let's map out where he can move. So right here where the strategist is. So we want to move slightly away from that. So if they come ashore, we can ambush. Same thing here. We want to move close enough so that we can attack next turn. But if they go on land, then we go back, assist, and then go back and attack. So again... Yeah, I can't even move towards the bridge, so that's plenty. So what we want to do is probably move right here. Maybe this side of the bridge. Should be fine. So we've got 2 armies here. If he comes ashore, he's dead. If he doesn't come ashore, he loses another settlement, and then we just keep playing defense until Skrulk catches up. So that should be good here. Right, this army, I don't know where they're going. They might be trying to counter this guy. They're not going to get there in time. So yeah, we'll go ashore. We have to waste a turn. Next turn we attack towards Supindar. We'll take that, and then... Yeah, I guess we gotta figure out if we want to go north or just stay here in the south and start fighting this war. That might be necessary. Okay, well, anyways, we gotta move Throt. So why don't we move Throt over here? We can tunnel. If he attacks, that's fine. This army can very easily handle that. He's recruiting another army here as well, so we'll have to fight that with the garrison, but that's fine. As long as they stay inside the settlement, they'll be easy to handle. And then aside from that, we just got a couple more settlements here, and then we're done with the Southern War. Got vision on everything, so we're good there. Can probably get this guy out of here. Yeah, we'll start migrating our scouts. So that is it for the South Sea War. It looks like they have how many? 4? They have 4 left. They'll have 3 at the end of the next turn. Well, 2 at the end of the next turn, technically, because we should, depending on what happens here. And then 2 more to close it out. So they're pretty much done, and then we need to very quickly shift these guys up here. So that's good. We'll start eating the southern part of the lizards as well. And then they're being annoying here and trying to run this army out. Alright, we got to make sure we do good scouting here. And make sure there's no surprise armies, which I don't see any. We have a lot of scouts here. Their closest armies down here, Caverns of Sotek, they're still recruiting it, but yeah, that looks like a pretty good one. So yeah, we'll just keep scouts here. Okay, so that looks good. Let's get this guy out of here. And then we've got a couple options. We could just leave this guy alone. He doesn't have much, so if he attacks a settlement, probably won't be able to take it, but so annoying. Yeah, we're gonna have to chase through some stuff. Well, if he goes back, he's gonna have to attack Temple of Skulls as the closest one. That's a walled settlement. I think that one's probably okay. Serpent Coast might have some trouble, especially if he starts recruiting. So I think I'm just gonna bypass. Let's just bypass. And I think what I'd like to do is get one of these armies out here. We don't need 2 down here. And I'd rather have the weapons teams, because these guys should be able to handle... Actually, is that true? Yeah, it's going to be easier because he's going to take this turn anyways. All right, let's get these guys out of here. And we'll attack Curse of Jungle here. That's an auto-resolve. Yeah, perfect. Go. Got the province secured as well, and we finally got our Brood Horror on this guy. So these lizards have got 5 settlements left. We'll be able to take 2 next turn, so they'll be down to 3. And then, yeah, I think we'll just squeeze them out. Because this army, I'm concerned. I guess if they go north... It depends on where they go then. If they go north, we'll leave them alone. And we'll just start attacking over here. And if they go south, then we'll obviously have to keep them here and defend until this guy catches up. This army will start to jump through. And then we'll have him join the fray here in the south. Let's go ahead and finish off Grom the Punch. The decisive auto-resolve. And there we go. So he's not eliminated. So he's got an army somewhere. Not anywhere on this continent though, so I don't really care. I think I saw him go over here on the ring somewhere. So I'm sure we'll catch him later and wipe him out. There we go. So this guy's going to go over here and attack. He can get there in 1 turn. We'll fill it in with a bunch of crap, depending on... Oh, actually, no, it'll be the same... Yeah, so same province. We can probably get some stuff out of that. So we'll get a full-on weapons team out of this. And then we'll ship him west, depending on what else is needed. Yeah, west or north, somewhere around there. I'm going to start hiring armies kind of all over the place now. We've got money, and we need to really step up our game. We should be hiring up here. I probably should have been doing that earlier. We could have had a base right here that was spitting out weapons teams. I guess it's not too late. We still have it. But then we also need to have money for when these big armies spawn, these Vermintides. So maybe we'll hold off. I do want to get at least 1 more right here, though. I'm concerned that as soon as we go to war, these guys are going to attack one of our gates. So what we might end up doing is, on the same turn that we declare war on them, we'll probably come in and try and ambush, fight these guys separately. So I'm going to start migrating all these armies over. We've got a lot of ground to cover. So I'm going to try to get Snicked maybe over here, somewhere where we can take a lot of settlements in a short period of time. So like maybe right here we can take the interior, starting from over here, something like that. Yeah, whatever. Just get him on the water, and then we'll figure the rest out later. We've got a full-on invasion force here, assembling on this area. Probably need to pull most of these guys north, so that we're not having too many people in one area. Otherwise, they're just gonna be tripping over each other's toes. We could also sail them around, maybe take a settlement or 2 here, and then sail north. That could also be an option, because it wouldn't be too much of a diversion, but if we want to have a chance, which I don't think we do actually at this point, I think we're too far behind. We need to start working on this. This is going to be really hard to do unless we get some reinforcements. So it's a shame, but we got to keep pushing. There's still a chance. It is time to start the Corn War here in the south. So think we'll start by taking this settlement right here. Yeah, they're going to collapse fast. The biggest issue is they still have a lot of armies. Are they at war? Yeah, they're at war with these two, so it's not like they're entirely focused on us. So that should help a bit. But let's go ahead and declare, and then we'll try to pull our ally in as well. On Squire. Okay, so he doesn't like them, so he's likely to join, so that helps. Just auto-resolve. I think we're fine. There's no enemy nearby. Here we go. So first settlement fell. This is Grunty Mingle. And then over here in the center north, I was hoping to take 2 in the first turn up here, but it looks like the only one we can take is Morgenheim. This guy can't reach yet, so he needs another turn. Slow poke, man. Low poke. Actually, even next turn he may not be able to reach. That was really slow. But this area is kind of notoriously slow. Let's go ahead and take Morgenheim. Great victory. So obviously we gotta fight this. I'll be right back. There we go. Much better than getting a close victory. Right, on the western side of this war, I made a bit of a mistake. I did not want this guy to be inside the zone of control here. Actually, you know what we could do? Maybe it's not a mistake. We could probably fight this, sack it, and that'll kick us out, and then we can go take this one and then take it. Yeah, maybe it's okay still. Alright, no losses. And we need to sack this settlement and see if it kicks us out. Alright, it does. Perfect. And then we can come take this. Yep, that'll work out perfectly. I'm going to auto-resolve this one because we'll heal up by next turn anyways. I don't know if we have room to sack, so we're just going to take... Okay, so we're good there. Let's go take Kofor. Now this one has a tier 3 special harbor. Armies in province and income. It gives income, but it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, we'll just take it at level 1. Oh, wow. Not too surprising because these are Skaven slaves and we can replace them very easily. But yeah, we took some losses there. Also not very relevant, but I thought it was interesting. We got research rate up to over 1,000 now. So pretty wild considering we were down to like 85 or 90 at one point because we had negative research from having bad relations with this guy, Clan Squire. Also, we're going to finish every research in the game for this faction before turn 100, for sure. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this one I would never do because it would increase our upkeep by 20%, so that would not... Well, so yeah, I guess we would be off by one turn, but pretty good, nonetheless. So that is our opening salvo for this war. We're going to head south, take these 3, keep up here, take these 2, and then create a nice line for us to hold. I have a feeling he's going to send this guy, but we have scouts in the area, so we should be able to see everything before it hits. So let's get over here and make sure we keep vision of everything. And then this guy, we're just going to take Orion's camp, I think. Let's double check and see where these guys are going. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's probably not a good idea because they have 3 stacks here. We would have to fight against all 3, including Scarbrand. So what we should either do is play defensively right here, or we come up here and take something else and then try to pull them away. I also don't really mind if they come down here in the south and start fighting these guys. It wouldn't change much. Actually, if they wipe them out, that would save us from having to declare war on them. So can we reach... Oh, are you kidding me, dude? We can't reach. Alright, one thing we could do is we could take this settlement and then just stay outside of it. We'll take a tiny bit of attrition. Or you know what? We could probably beat these guys. We could probably beat them. The biggest threat usually is... Well, no, actually, maybe not. They do have some range, like this cannon is ranged, but most of this is fast-moving melee. The biggest threat is getting stuck in melee, but honestly, if we itemize properly, it probably... I don't think it'll make that big of a difference. Let me think about this. Maybe I'll make this move at the very end. So here's the 2 options. We take this and then hope for the best fighting against 3 full stacks, or we move in such a way that we try to get them to come after us, but leave enough room so that we can ambush. Something like that. Or, you know, we could also come down here too, because they're obviously heading down this way. If they take this, they'll be a little bit weaker. Well, not really, 'cause it's only 6 garrison, so that wouldn't really make a difference. Yeah, I honestly don't think that'll make a difference. I mean, if we fight here and we beat all 3 armies, that would be a massive, massive help to this war, because this is where most of their concentration of power is. They have a handful of armies elsewhere, but not that many. And these are probably their strongest ones too. I'm just thinking we could outrun them with Gorich. And you know how Gorich is, just hit and run, use that nuke, and then just keep moving around. I'm kind of tired of doing these 3-4 hour battles, but we might have to do a couple more for this war, and then probably for one of these big wars up here. But yeah, let's do it. We have to. If we slow down, like literally this whole continent might be off by 1 or 2 turns. So I'd like to at least get this continent done and get the ring done, and then if we're off by a handful up here, then so be it. But it's going to be close. So let's get everything we can. Let's get Orion's camp. And there we go. So that is all we have for this war right now, I believe. Yep, that's all we got. And then over here, I really want to attack this, but then I almost guarantee you Lokir Felhart's going to attack Turtlegate. And I don't think we can hold with just this really, really bad garrison. So that's why I started this earlier. So we'll try and get another army going over here. We just need more time. We still have 3 turns to go for that. I'm not really as concerned about these guys. I'm much more concerned about these guys. So we need to make sure we're staying on top of this. This is going to still take 5 turns to do all these. So let's get that rolling. It's going to cost us about 40 grand to do all this. And that'll spawn an army literally everywhere. And then we'll have those armies. We'll have these 2. And obviously these 2 are going to fight down here. But I think these armies should be able to handle them themselves. I'm pretty sure. Take a look back here. Yeah, why don't we just shadow this guy? Let's make sure if he wants to come up here, it's going to cost him. If he's still up here next turn, we'll fight. We'll declare war and do all that. And then we'll have to rush this guy back south to defend. And in 3 turns, these armies will pop out and we could easily wipe them out. I'm just worried that they're going to split both of these guys up and try and go attack. Which means we'll have to defend everything out here, which is going to be super annoying. Yeah, timing was not really good on this. I should have thought this out a little bit better. But that's alright. So yeah, that's it for all of our parties. I gotta move spies around, and we're not really building buildings anymore, so I'll just check for rebellions, but that'll be it for turn 88. So I opted to move these guys outside for this specific reason. So they're attacking with 2 stacks, not all 3. Decisive defeat. The biggest problem with these guys is they move so fast. If you look at all their units, they're really fast, so the speed of our units doesn't really play a role here. They could just about outrun us everywhere. And with that many units, it's going to be hard to win. So I think what we'll do is, and the game plan is to come outside, retreat, and then pull them in so that we can ambush. And if we can ambush them 1 by 1, we can win a 1v1 against these guys, I'm pretty sure. But I don't think we can win a 2v1 or a 3v1. So we're going to retreat, and then we'll see what happens. And we're getting attacked here by, in the north, this is Tretch. The decisive win. I think we can just auto-resolve that. That's fine. We're getting all kinds of attacks this turn, so I'm going to fight this one manually because I'm worried that it's going to do a lot of damage. We won't repair in time. Now, we didn't quite kill everybody. She got out at the edge of the map. Almost no health. But I killed the other lady. So I don't know. She'll probably attack us again. I think that she's homeless. So they're doing that thing where they just suicide. But yeah, no losses. Took very little damage on our heroes. Getting attacked somewhere else. We're not covering this battle. Pretty much done. Took 40 minutes running back and forth. They have so many units. But yeah, we're basically trying to capture to stay alive. But this just shows how stupid the AI is. They really don't understand anything that they're doing. So they run 1 point to the next and they just keep getting picked off. There we go. Finally got army loss at 43 minutes. Yeah, we'll probably have to run this down next turn because they got out. This is what happened last time and I didn't follow up and then they keep being annoying. Never mind, they did us the favor.